What's up, you guys? This is Tim Trevathan with Tim Trevathan Homes and Keller Williams Realty. And in this video, I'm gonna go over part 2 of the buying power checklist. Now in the last video, if you watched, I covered the financing category and the offer category, which is the bulk of having to do with your offer getting accepted. But we're gonna go over 2 more categories lastly. And you don't want to miss this because this is also vital information to get your offer accepted in this very competitive market where we have high demand and really low inventory. So we're going to start with offer. Really, this is just a continuation. I said it was another category, but it's a continuation. And that is post occupancy for seller, free or low cost. So what this means, as I alluded to it in the previous video, is that if you're having a closing date of 30 days, which is typical, and your buyer offers that and the seller accepts, sometimes sellers need to buy a house themselves and they need more time in order to close on that home or time to just find a home to offer and get their offer accepted. So as a buyer, you may want to be flexible to that seller by saying, hey, look, we can close in 30 days, but we will allow you to rent back your home that you're selling to us for another 30 days or 45 days or 60 days or however long. What makes this so attractive to the seller is that you're basically telling them, hey, look, we're being flexible and we're not being pushy. We'll give you all the time you need in order to be able to sell your house and take the proceeds of that money to go towards the down payment of buying a home yourself and having the time to be able to get that offer accepted on the home that you want. So what does that look like? When it comes to lease back or renting back to the previous seller, you can do that by using a temporary occupancy exhibit, which states how much you're gonna charge them on a per day basis, per diem, and until they close on their home and then move out so that you can move into the house that you purchased from them. That amount could be anywhere from $50 to $150 or $200 a day. Usually what I do is I will take their mortgage payment and divide it by 30 days, and that's how I will determine the daily prorated rate. The second item with the offer continuation is take on FHA and VA repairs. Now, I mentioned that conventional loan is the best way to go, but if you have to do FHA or VA, then make note in your special stipulations in your offer to the seller that you're willing to take on all the repairs associated with what the lender's requiring. And that could be anywhere from $1,000 to $20,000, it depends. So you're taking on a risk, but at least you're letting the seller know that if you have the cash, do it, and you can get your offer accepted. The third item with the offer continuation category is pre-book the inspection. Now look, if you're gonna have a due diligence period, you gotta keep it short, 3 to 5 days, 5 days max, honestly. But by doing that, you know that inspectors are busy in this market and they're sometimes booked a week or 2 weeks out. You wanna make sure you have a list of at least 3 home inspectors that are your go-tos. So that if one is too busy, you can call the second. And if that one's too busy, you can call the third, and so on. And not only that, to pre-book it. So even before you put in the offer, go ahead and book the inspection as if you're expecting your offer to be accepted, so that you may save yourself 1 or 2 days and be able to get that inspection in time within that 3 or 5 day due diligence time window, so that you can get the report back, negotiate, agree on it with an amendment to address concerns, and move on to the next step. And lastly, with the offer continuation category is use Earnest.com for Earnest Money. Now with this one, I don't really use, but it's just a tool that I use as an agent to be able to quickly transfer the earnest money over to the closing attorney. This is a faster way, and especially if you're needing to terminate, you can get the money back fast as well. And the last category, other strategies. The first item with this is tailor offers to what seller wants. Now, you would be amazed at how many agents who put in offers don't contact the listing agent to build rapport, build relationship, and have a healthy communication and dialogue between the two. If your agent's not doing that, that's a no-no. When I put in offers, I always call to say, hey, did you receive my offer? But here's the key, even before all of that, When I go and show the home, I call the listing agent and say, hey, look, we just saw the house. My buyer loves it. We're thinking about putting an offer. And just want to know, is there anything that the seller wants other than strong offer price and financials? Is there anything in particular that the seller really wants? Because my buyer will be willing to do that. Do you want to close at a specific closing attorney's office? We can do that. You don't want contingencies, whether it's financing or appraisal? Okay, we can do that. Those are the questions you want to ask, and that me as an agent, I help my buyers so that they know what they need to do with their offer so that we're not wasting our time or their time. And here's the thing, this market's so crazy that one time I went to an open house, this is about a year ago, and in an open house, you can meet the listing agent in person, which is the only opportunity that you can until you actually get to the closing table and meet the person. When I was there, I tried to do a little sweet talk. I even said, hey, you look very beautiful today. It looks like this house is gorgeous and you got a lot of people that are interested in it. I mean, man, you're a killer listing agent. You look like you're doing a great job. And we got our offer accepted. But in all seriousness, I'm not gonna do that with every person, of course not. I'm just trying to say that I'm here to vouch for my client and I will work hard no matter what. And these are the kind of solutions you need in order to get your offer accepted. Everything done ethically and legally, that's for sure. The next item, which I accidentally put in here, was pre-book inspection. We already talked about that. The other item is have lender call listing agent when offer is submitted. Now, when an offer is submitted, sometimes the listing agent will call my buyer's lender to ask questions to make sure that the buyer is strong and financially sound. But you want to go on the initiative and be the first to call them. Have your buyer's lender call them, and so that they know exactly what the financial situation is with your buyer. The next item is eliminate all other stipulations. So in previous years, a lot of times when I offer on a home, I also include in the special stipulations seller to provide home warranty not to exceed $600. That's a typical one. Let's say the air conditioning unit is 15 years old. It's working, but who knows, it could break any moment. Maybe you have a water heater that's 13 years old, and who knows, it may also go in the next day or two. These things you can protect yourself by having a 12-month home warranty coverage. If anything breaks down, the home warranty protects you and covers the cost of repair for those items. Well, again, that was something that I included years ago in my buyer's offers, and now I don't include anything. That special stipulations, little body where you can type things in, yeah, it's empty. The next item for other strategies is act quickly. I cannot stress this enough, and act quickly means with everything. You see a house pop up on the market, you go see it that day. You like the house, don't think about it and sleep on it and tell your agent the next day if you want to offer or not. You put the offer that same day that you saw the house. You want to put in an offer, you make sure that you've already spoken to your lender ahead of time. You act quickly on that. If you end up finding out that you get your offer accepted, well, go call that inspector right away if you haven't already. Everything needs to be done with quickness and swiftness in this market. And the communication level must be there. No more than 1 or 2 hours delay in getting a call back or calling somebody back. When I have my buyer ask me, Tim, can we go see this house? I want to make sure that I do everything I can to show that house that day. And last but not least, on the buying power checklist, know the market, consider looking under your price point or homes 14 plus days on market. Now look, I know we all want the ideal house. I know that we all want a move-in ready house. A lot of us wants a home where we don't have to do any work to it after we close on the home. But in this market, you might want to be open to doing that. And one way is to have a home that you've seen on the market that's been on the market for 14 plus days and say, hey, I'm open to putting an offer on that house. Why has it been on the market for that long? Probably because it needs renovations, new carpet, new paint at the least, maybe new light fixtures and new appliances. And that's why it's been on the market that long. But if you're willing to do that and you have the cash reserves to do so, then I would definitely say, hey, you should try to be open to these kind of homes. A lot of times the homes that are on the market the longest might be a Zillow home or open door home, and it needs a lot of work done. But if the price is right, then you might want to try it. Maybe even bring in your contractor with you when you go see the house, and so the contractor can see what work needs to be done and give you a rough estimate on the price to do those repairs or renovations so that you know what to offer and not feel bad about overpaying. Guys, I had fun with this. I know this is a lot of information. I really hope it helped you guys out. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I cover all kinds of information about the real estate market here in Georgia, especially here in Gwinnett County and the surrounding counties. So if you need help, please don't hesitate to call me. My information is down below, and definitely check out my next videos because I'm still going to be covering a lot of good information. Catch you on the next one.